What's going on, guys? Scopamart TV here, back with another video. Today we're going to be listening to Francis Ngannou, an MMA fighter, talking about the difference between polygamy in Africa versus polygamy in America. Let's get it.
Africa, most marriage in Africa for men was a responsibility. It wasn't to have fun, even like to get married, even to have multiple wives. Most of the time, in the many situations, it wasn't like, oh, I like those women so much. Right. It was a situation that you have to first, for example.
Wow. Off the bat, he basically proved a lot of these social media polygamy people wrong. You know, they're looking at polygamy as to do it to not cheat on your spouse. So in a way, they believe that if they have multiple partners, they won't get bored and they'll just, be a family. But if you watch some of these influencers on social media saying they're in a polygamy relationship, it's centered mostly around pleasure, not about the responsibility of taking on multiple families to take care of them.
For example, like when a guy in a community was successful, he needs to get married from wife in a different neighborhood around the community, so to give people many chance. Because if you get married here, other community will be like, oh, he doesn't care about us. He should have married the kids of us, and they will want you to marry the girl from that community. Wow. So then you find
it is in what he's saying. Basically, it is to spread the wealth among everyone. You know what I'm saying? So say, for example, you have a wealthy basketball player. He in African polygamy terms, basically he should marry at least 5-6 different women from different groups of family. That way they can all be taken care of. That's a huge responsibility. You know what I'm saying? But wow.
Out people that are getting married just for opportunity, to give opportunity for community. Why? Because unlike here, when you have a daughter there, all your life is a worry. You don't know how she's gonna end up. You don't know. You're worried if ever she's gonna have a roof, or to have somebody to take care. And then there is this guy that gonna take care of.
Yes, so right now it's making sense of what he's saying, because if you're growing up in an area where, you're growing up poor, you're poor, you have a daughter, you would want your daughter to be taken care of if you're not around to take care of her. So I can see why the dads in those times would like their daughter to at least have a home where she can be secure if he's not around.
Huh. You don't care if she's the 5th or the 10th wife. Wow. Take it, bro. And that's how some people.
Some of the times in America, a lot of women and people in general, they don't really understand how good they got it, because what he's talking about, the polygamy in Africa, saying that, one man takes on all this responsibility because he's well-to-do, with money and stuff like that, and basically he has to support so many different women, not because he wants to, but he has to, in a way. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to explain a little bit further about even the brother, if he's not around, you got to take on his wife.
People were getting a lot of wives just to give chance to community. And also one thing that was very important, if your brother or your family member passed away and left a wife with children,
you had to take
one of you guys have to take that wife. Like, whether you like it or not, somebody have to take it.
But you're not gonna sleep with the wife, though.
No,
right?
you'll sleep with.
No,
you
no.
take the wife.
You see the American mind. You see the American mind, the American psyche versus the African. Right away, the Shannon is saying, oh, right away it goes to the bedroom, because that's in America. Everything is centered around sex. That's just the way it is in America. In Africa, he's saying it's a community, right? Let's keep it going.
Yeah, I know. Just take it and say, yeah, okay, I'm
No.
gonna take care of you and make sure.
Yeah, but
everything
you can take a wife and just not sleep with.
Yeah, you can. You can get
No,
on.
you're gonna take why? Because and the reason why they were doing that, the family was doing that because they didn't want a, a wife to live with their kids and get out there, get married with somebody that will mistreat those kids.
Right.
Because
Okay.
with the
'Cause they're
situation
not.
being very complicated, I mean,
Wow. I mean, I can't say that's a bad system. It might seem that way to us that's, on the West, basically, with the church, and we are indoctrinated into Christianity, and for African people that doesn't practice Christianity, or they weren't, have that colonial mindset, this system seems to work for them for years. You know what I'm saying? But to us in the West, we're like, this is too taboo.
in this guy is going to work hard and then maybe get home barely have food for 2 3 people, and then if he has a kid, it's for the 3. The other guy kid is it's not my kids, right? So the family didn't want that to happen, so they wanted to keep the wife and the kids into the family. So somebody has to step up and take that as a responsibility.
Wow. I'm glad that
And
in
doesn't-
West. I'm
and
glad
doesn't
that in
matter-
West. I'm glad that in America.
Yeah. So polygamy most of the time wasn't by choice.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. And here in America, you see it on Instagram, different influencers there, they got their 2 girlfriend or their 2, supposed wives, and they're all kissing each other, and they're showing the glamorous side of it. But at the heart of it, at the core of it, it is literally about maintaining that structure, that family structure, and that protection. Because the guy who is taking on these women for the family, from the families, is trying to maintain them. You know what I'm saying? And build the foundation for generations. And in the West, like you said, people view it as their, well, I'm going to just paraphrase. It's basically they married for opportunity, which, is a glamorous word for sex. But it's a very interesting take. I personally never knew that's what it was in Africa. I've been to Africa once. I've only been to Morocco, so I really need to get back to Africa more to explore, you know what I'm saying, and get a better understanding of how African people live and how they used to live, you know what I'm saying? But this is a very interesting take. I mean, if you think about it, when it comes to the responsibility aspect of it, a lot of guys in the West don't even want to have one wife to deal with 99% of the times. They just want her for the fun times. So when one woman gets upset, the guy goes running to his man cave and he shuts down. Can you imagine being the man and you have 6 different wives and you have to put up with all 6 because of your polygamy? You know what I'm saying? That's a very, very big responsibility to take on, especially if he has 6 kids, 7 kids, depending on how many kids he has. That's a lot of responsibility for one person. So my question is to you guys, and this is for the men and the women. Ladies, would you, according to what he's saying, would you, if you were in those times or even today, be interested in polygamy? And for the guys, would you be able to take on such great responsibility for multiple women, even your brother's wife, should he not be there to take care of her? Drop the comments down in the comment section. Let us talk about it, people. Until next time, Scope MR TV, I'm out.